What's up, YouTube? So, Grid 3.4 came out for HSR, and with the new character phainon he coming, a lot changed with the buffs as well. So, there's quite a few changes in the tier list of all three game modes of MOC, Pure Fiction, Apocalyptic Shadow, and some other changes as well with the other characters. So, we'll take a look at all of that in Prydwen. Prydwen is the great source for all terms of games, tier list and all that information if you are curious, and builds and everything. So make sure to check them out. They have all kinds of different gacha games here. They're very helpful, and yeah, I really appreciate this website because like helps a lot with like if you can quickly look up anything here, and it's really nice with the like a few clicks away. So it's really nice. Make sure to check them out, and yeah, let's go over the changes of the new update. So every update they change some stuff with new character additions and all that stuff. So yeah, let's see the change log here and everything. So 4 buffs and 1 new character, that's all that's going to change. We they list out the changes here, so yeah, let's read through them and we'll see. So it's like today's date, they changed it today. The update came out today, and yeah. So patch 3.4 arrival brings us phainon, but also our first round of buffed characters, including all these 4 characters. These buffs currently are in small, certainly are small, and in addition to placing phainon on this 3 tier list, we're also re-evaluating rated all buffed characters. So yeah, so phainon's initial rating will be MOC T0, Apocalyptic Shadow T0.5, and PF is T1. Because also keep in mind, all of these game modes, in all of these game modes you will get more better when Seridra comes out, because his team is not complete right now. His team is Bronia, Sunday, and a flex with any buffer like a Robin or Tingyun even, or even Cypher. But in future, Seridra will buff this team by a lot, whole lot. So he'll go up to T0 in Apocalyptic Shadow and might even get better in PF. Right now in PF is kind of an issue. I also played, it's not that crazy. I played him in MOC. MOC is absolutely fine. He's broken there, but yeah. The current MOC is kind of rough with no sustain, obviously, because Hule, you might already saw my run here. I got pretty close to dying, but yeah, I had to reset as well few times. We're confident in finance potency in MOC and are satisfied with his AS performance compared to others in their tier list. We have initially placed him, okay? But can see potential for him to rise further pending favorable widespread results. Pure Fiction is a different beast for phainon though, as a large majority of his damage is evenly distributed between all targets, with the rest of his kit not significantly scaling outside of the fact that he can improve his score generation against 4 targets. This on top of the fact that PF is often one of the longer modes, which is likely to require Final to use multiple ultimates, is why we're watch listing initially. We want to see how commonly will receive him specifically for this mode. Alright. We have tested each of the 4 newly buffed characters in the end game, but as they are first of their kind, we are placing watchlists on all of them to indicate their placement may move up or while unlikely possibly down as well. All right, so these are the 4 buffed characters that got readjusted in the tier list. Let's go. So Blade, as of late, Blade has already been performing quite well in endgame, earning him multiple improvements on his tier list placements. It's basically they're saying he works well with Castoris before the buffs. That's like, I don't think that's the thing, because you can have just better result playing Castoris hyper carry with 3B RMC and Hyacinth. That's like better than using Blade in the team. Like, why would you use pre-buffed Blade? Right now it's kind of reasonable because he does a lot of damage now, but before it wasn't all that. It should be no surprise that with a sizable buff in the form of improved multipliers and drastic mechanical improvements consisting of introduction of a pseudo taunt. Yeah, he got increased taunt and a better ultimate damage consistency, that Blade will be moving up yet again in both MOC and PF. We're holding him on T 1.5 on AS. For me, he's not that good in AS. On AS needs a lot more damage, but pending future results, he may improve there as well. So MOC, he went from T 1.5 to T1, and PF he went for T 1.5 to T1. All right, I do think he should go up T 0.5 in MOC and T 0.5 in PF, but that's beside the point. I do think he's that good, But yeah, T1 is like okay, fine, because there are a lot of characters. It's not that bad, but yeah, it's all right. So Silver Wolf is absolutely broken. Let's see how her how's it turned out. All of the above characters, Silver has seen the most improvements. Her kit has received an absurd amount of quality of life, too much to list here. In fact, yeah, of course, her E1 got added to the base kit. That's like crazy. That her E1 was the only problem of her before, and the single target, of course. All while gaining a significant amount of power as well. All the changes turned Silver into one of the best amplifiers in modes that contain high priority targets in MOC and S, where her bugs, implant, and ultimate can all shine at once. It's true, a substantial amount of Silverwood's kit is now AoE, but her implant still isn't, causing her to lose significant value in PF compared to her peers. Even if it was AoE, it wouldn't be as good because she's 3 target only. Okay, the ultimate is a 3 target, I think, but yeah. But we still raised her from T5 to T2 based on Silverwood's sub DPS potential. We're also considering moving her to support damage category with TB and Cypher. Let us know what you think of this. Okay, so she got a lot of improvements. So if you see her MOC went from T2, that's like horrendous, from T0.5. PF point from T5 from T2. See, I don't recommend pulling using her on PF. She isn't that good. Obviously, the enemies die too quick and they don't even, so you don't get value from the debuffs and the huge defense reduction. On AS is absolutely broken. T1.5 to T0 obviously the best. So yeah, Kafka and Black Swan. Both Kafka and Black Swan ratings are being updated together based off Kafka's buff. New Kafka is closer to a support damage dealer than a pure damage dealer now. Because of this, we are changing the category she resides in as well as updating her ratings. Kafka's new buff positions her as the go-to dot enabler. The only downside is the only dot character she has to enable right now is Black Swan. Of course, hysilens is coming. She will be a lot more help for the team. Which, while potent, isn't a combo quite on the power level of 3.x characters. Yeah, Black Swan also needs a buff, so you will see. Based on the initial testing. Okay, with that said, the increase in power is undeniable. So we are raising both Black Swan and Kafka tiers to for MOC and PF. Also worth highlighting is the imminent arrival of Hysilens, a character, yeah, as I said, a character that all buff confirmed by themselves by a similar universe to be affiliated with Dot. Thanks to her portrait-based buff being dedicated to Dot archetype. What they mean by here is in the similar universe, if you play the Divergent universe, you get certain buffs of day and light for Amphorious versions, and all the characters gives you blessings based on which path they are. So the Hysilens buff, all the Chrysocials basically. So the Hysilens buff is based on Dot, so that's why we think they are Dot. I already know they are Dot, no need to like talk around it, but they can't talk about that here obviously. Thanks to her portrait-based buff being dedicated to the Dot archetype. If she indeed will belong to the archetype, we expect great things for Kafka. Okay, both of them got improved from MOC T2 from T1 and PF T3 from T1. It's nice. Ace has no changes for them because they aren't really that good for a Shadow, and they've never been good for a Shadow, to be honest. But yeah. Jingliu. Okay, so here I am not really sure what they did here because the ratings didn't go that much up. Where was Blade? Blade was also T1, right? And they're adding her on T1.5. So they think Jingliu is worse than Blade. That's interesting. Like Blade, Jingliu has received the full HP kit conversion treatment, resulting in a sizable overall buff to her damage. In addition to this, Jingliu's gameplay has changed from bursty character usually with some downtime to a character that once enhanced aims to remain so for the entire duration of the fight, something that's impossible without the right team and gameplay. Based on these improvements, we are raising Jingliu's ratings across the board. MOC T2 from T1.5, PF T4 from T3, AS T3 from T1.5. Okay, I do think the PF rating is alright. She isn't good on PF. Of course, that goes for Blade. He isn't good for Apocalyptic Shadow. Obviously, he is terrible there. And she is not good on Fear Fiction. So yeah. So, but for MOC, I think this should be T1, and the Apocalyptic Shadow should might be T1.5, that's fine, but I do think the MOC should be T1 because with Hysilens signature it might even be better. I think they counted with E0S0, I think they did not count the signatures, so that might be why. But I'm pretty sure she will go more. She will do better than T1.5, as I know. But yeah, if you saw my clear, I made a video on her. The clear was like without the Hysilens signature. Hysilens signature. I don't even have Hysilens or a signature actually. So without both of them, I use Gallagher. With that, I cleared in 5 cycles. So if I had them, that would be like 4 cycles or even 3 cycles with the Mighty Lightcon, I think. But yeah, or no, with the better even build. So yeah, let's talk about the rest of the updates. That's basically the current updates. Let's talk about the rest of the updates that they made. Mighty went from T0 from T0.5. Okay, he got down a tier. What constitutes T0 continues to be pushed higher and higher with each new release. With such increases in power comes the need to ensure we continually reevaluate the characters at the top. This time we identified that other characters currently or being newly added to T0 hold a slight edge over Maide in the current meta. Based on this, we are adjusting his rating for now, but have made other changes to ensure his power level is accurately represented. Alright. And Naxa, okay, he got added as a watch list. Now changes here. Okay, they will like see his performance in the next cycle. Okay, Rappa changed from T0.5 to T1. Okay, so break meta is not really here yet because I think when they introduce more bear characters, the break will come back. But right now, break isn't really the focus. Right now, the focus is, I think, all about like destruction next coming DOT, and after that, like it will go back to all this destruction and stuff. But yeah, I think that's the main thing here. So break, there isn't really much to talk about. Break hasn't been performing very well recently. But yeah, so acheron went from T0.5 to T1. While Silver Wolves is a new teammate for acheron to make use of, we aren't confident that she will be able to match either Maide or Anaxa even with that power boost. So we're moving her to T1 for now, but she may return if Silver Wolves surprises us. Okay. Because she's also in a kind of a watch list, so yeah, she got moved one tier down. But I think she's pretty good with Jiaochu. The problem is Jiaochu looks like really bad, so I don't know who even pull for that character. It's like looks like NPC. Whatever. Let's move on. Let me know if you have Jiaochu, by the way. So Firefly and Boothill got down to T1 to T1.5. Okay, same as Rappa. Obviously, they also said same as Rappa. They aren't really performing that well without the break meta. Woodhill might be able to one-shot the Aventurine boss if you have good build on him. I think Avenger is the next boss coming in the next update, next MOC cycle, but we'll see. Jingyuan went from T1 to T1.5. Okay, so Jingyuan obviously is not that good right now. He got his buff from Sunday, but yeah, we know he also needs a buff. He's also a 1.0 character and he did not get any buffs, so yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Sela and both him and Sela both need a buff, so we'll see. Dr. Ratio, okay, these characters are, man, they're dead literally. Dr. Ratio, Tanang, IL and Clara, T2 from T3. Okay, T2 from T2 to T3. Oh my god. For characters to remain above the middle line, they must maintain a certain play rate or performance in at least one of the 3 phases we used to assess the meta. All of Dr. Ratio, Inverted Lune and Clara have fallen below the threshold for now. As such, we're lowering them to T3 until they rise again. Yeah, I think they'll rise with the buffs, more buffs, I think. Support DPS, alright. Argenti went from T0.5 to T1. Let's just move through them quickly because some of them are 4 stars. March 7th Hunt went from T1 to T1.5. Okay, they're all getting one tier down. Several support DPS and Moses support DPS went from T1. Okay, these are 4 stars. They can't really keep up with power keep, of course. The 5 stars can't keep up what the 4 stars are gonna do, like goddamn. Amplifiers also got some changes. Okay, let's see. Jiaochu went from T0.5 to T1. Okay, so acheron dropping of course made him drop because that's the only best team for him, obviously. Yeah. Tingyun and Fugue. Tingyun Fugue, okay. T0, okay, same as break, obviously, nothing to talk about here. Televisor Harmony also going down. It's same as every super break function going down, okay. Pela going down. Okay, so Pela is going down, I think, because okay, so Silver Wolf rise, right? So you will use mostly Silver Wolf and Jiaochu if you have Jiaochu in the Acheron team, so you won't use Pela for now. So her entire value went down with silver wolf buffs because she's better now. Lingsha went down 1 tier, same as Superbreak, but yeah, even though she's still a good sustain. I think yeah, that's all the changes. Let's take a look at the tier list now. I think how does it look here? So these are the top characters that remained here. Phainon is the newly added character in T0 MOC. Maide went down. Silver will point up a lot. Everybody else stays the same. They are all here. Where is Fushuan? Okay, Fushuan is way down here. Blade got up, Acheron went down, Argenti went down, all them went down. Kafka Blade went up. Jingliu is here at T1.5. And the below looks like this guy. Oh my god, they put him in the this is kind of funny, man. Oh my god. T5 in all 3 game modes. That's crazy, bro. T5 in all 3 game modes. I feel bad. I feel bad. So what are these characters? Oh my god. This is kind of funny. The T5 looks kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But yo, okay, my man Welt is on T4. This guy also needs some. He's so cool. Anyways, I think Tingyun could go up a tier. Not really. Whatever, man. She might go up a tier next update, next cycle. I think we'll see. She is good with phainon, so she might go up. Yenli did not change. She's performing well because this one has a physical weakness, so she's pretty good for now. Alright, that's about it. I think for the tier list, Ruan May staying the same, Jade, all them staying the same. Okay, so that's the tier list. I think. Let me know what you think about these changes. If you have anything to add to them. Let me know how your final pulls go, or how you are enjoying the buffs, which of the buffed characters you own, how you feel about the buffs, if they are strong enough. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this content and for future content like this. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.